Well, let's just do a little list up. So we've got 3 Hyperions, a Guardians Feeple, a double Feeple, triple Enyo, and a Magnus, versus a double Typhoon Fleet issue, which Brett Thomas called out earlier in our little offline talk, an Astarte Oneros, double Enyo, Confessor Magus, a double Confessor actually, a Garma, and a Magus. So that's interesting.
Yeah, so this is kind of a throwback matchup here in a way. This is a Kingslayer composition, or at least some variation of it from Deepwater Hooligans with the double Fleet Typhoons and the Aneros, along with a heavy support package there with those double Confessors and Enyos. So the support war is going to be very, very critical here because both of them have spent a lot of points there. You can see both of them have heavy investments. So what we're going to be looking for here is really just to see if the Deepwater Hooligans team can get on top of that Guardian of no vacancies and how well no vacancies can screen them off. Any thoughts on how no vacancies can progress through this, Brett Thomas?
Well, no vacancies are going to do the very obvious thing with these Hyperions here is try and get as quickly as possible on top of these Typhoons, because these are Typhoon fleet issues, so they're relatively fast and they are fit with rapid heavy, so they're going to start like chunking out DPS at the start of this match. We're already seeing damage to being applied to Fipples, we're already seeing Enyos bend in and get screened off. The Typhoons know that if they stay out of range of these Hyperions, they can just kite round the edge of the arena with the skirmish that the Astarte is probably bringing to this arena.
Yeah,
So
it
they
looks like
are
things are playing out completely opposite to the way I thought. You can see there, no vacancies are rushing their Hyperions in, and they're being screened off by Deepwater Hooligans here. You can see scrams there on Tori and Anna in the Enyo from their respective Garmas. They need to be counter-scramming and trying to pull them off so that their other fellow tackle frigates can get in now. There you can see scrams back on Sid Red Light there.
unfortunately we're seeing some not too great target calling here for the Typhoon fleet issues, because they're firing rapid heavies into frigates and destroyers, which can work and can work extremely well when you lock stuff down.
There we go. The Garma has a scram, I believe. I'm not sure what. And there we go. Webs on the Typhoon as well from the Hyperion. It looks like they might be able to get on top there.
That is only a grapple, so we are seeing his speed drop, but not drop too much. Hopefully, he can just drift out of grapple range, because that Hyperion is turning hard now, isn't going to be able to get all of its speed straight on.
It looks like that's 2003573.
MJD! The Typhoon MJD'd out of the scrum range!
Oh, wow. What a play there.
Yeah, what happened is he waited until both the webs got on and MJD just before the scram got onto him, so he managed to get out of range. We don't even know if these Hyperions have scrams here.
There we go, though. That's the Garma there of Pixie Thief. He's managed to land a scram there on the Guardian and a web. If the Fleet Typhoons now can make a play onto that, that can be really dangerous here for no vacancies. They don't have that much tackle down, just this Magus and Enyo. The Typhoon Fleet issue is free to maneuver on top of him. Look, they've caught him in the back lines.
Unfortunately, if you take a look at the damage bar, the Typhoon fleet issues are completely on reload now. They pumped all of their damage into the small stuff. That by the time they get to the Guardians, we are now seeing damage go off the Typhoon fleet. They finally finished their reload. They finally got into range, and they're finally applying to this Guardian, which you're now seeing all its armor start to drop the moment they get in range.
That Guardian is still going down, though, very, very quickly here. The Rep drones haven't even had a chance to swap over to him.
Yeah, we're just seeing him drop through structure.
And he's gone now. What a play!
Yeah, that was a brilliant MJD there. They knew exactly what they wanted to do. They just left one Typhoon's fleet issue slightly dangling, had the rest run away, so that way they committed hard to that one. He could just skip out of range and leave the Hyperions on their own. Although a big thing is here, the Hyperions are on their own, and the Hyperions do not need logistics to survive the amount of damage on this field here. If they manage to lock down one of these Typhoons and kill them, they, with their huge self-rep, can possibly survive just on their own.
Yeah, there's now a big tackle war, just a big ball of tackle shooting each other as these Enyos and Confessors go at it. You can see their Foxlex has now gone down. He was the first tackle here in this support war, and you can see 2006 also taking DPS. It looks like with the Aneros, though, the Deepwater Hooligans just have such an advantage in this support war now, just crushing it down as fast as possible. This is great stuff from Deepwater Hooligans. You can't ask for a better play than this.
Holy cow, what a misplay! The Hyperion of Midnight got Scram Web on the Typhoon of Plutos, but didn't turn around in time. Just had too much speed and had too much momentum and drifted out of range, and that Typhoon is free. He's
He's the
burning his
same
Mega
guy who
Drive.
MJD'd earlier in the match.
Yeah, that
This guy's so slippery.
Yeah, he's just watching which way the Hyperions are going at him and going parallel to this. With the huge amount of mass these Hyperions have, an important thing for Hyperion pilot is to slow down before you're even there. Unfortunately, they're just going too quickly in one direction and overshooting everything.
Yeah, you can see their Ithacal Wells, so that's the final boost down as well, and that's going to really cut down on the tank of these Hyperions. It seems like they're just saving them for last, taking down what they need to be able to really apply to anything that's left on the grid. This is just an absolute dissection now from Deepwater Hooligans.
But like I said, this is not over until if these Hyperions managed to break one of the Typhoons. Just one of the Typhoons, and the Hyperions with their heavy drones might be able to hold.
Yeah, you can see they are still maneuvering. They still recognize the chance in here. They're spreading out, making sure that they can't all get tackled by one or two frigates, and they just need to be able to get a tackle on one of these frigates, somehow combine onto it. I don't think they have newts, and it's really hurt. Oh no, they do have newts. They can see they're putting them on the confessors. If they can maybe burn the cap down, get one of them dead, that's the way through this. They just can't be being bogged down like this for the rest of the match.
A huge thing about Hyperions is they have such high rep that I don't think Deepwater Hooligans have the damage to break one of them in time. They may break through them, but they will hit reload if the rep drones are on the ball. What they have done at the moment is split these Hyperions up so that they can shoot one without being in range of the others.
It looks like they've caught Akov. It looks like they're going to go for him now. It looks like they're going to go for the battle cruiser. That's maybe a good choice here because they're going to be able to track him, and he's not going to have quite the same EHP as everything else. But I don't know. Shooting into those T2 resists with an Aneros left on the field, it's a bold move, especially with Pink Lion. He's going down into structure here. I thought he was bait tanking there for a moment. He might not just not have activated his rep in time.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. They've just swapped to close range ammo on these rapid heavies and are just
gone.
chunking DPS.
Wow.
The important thing to notice is now that they've split up, it's the small ships that are holding the Hyperions down, so the Hyperions can't shoot anything. Or the things that are in range are too small to actually hit.
Yeah, this is just great play here from Deepwater Hooligans. You can't argue with it. They've taken Telrim into half armor, but there's no risk of him dying as that second Hyperion goes down there. 2005 numbers, last guy left on the field here, and this looks set to be a 100-0 for Deepwater Hooligans.
Yeah, they had two huge chances to catch Plutos in the Fleet Typhoon, and he just moonwalked out his way out of both of those situations where he very much was tackled. He was webbed and grappled the first time and scrammed the second time, and he just managed to drift his way out of both of them in such an amazing bit of piloting, which proves turn this whole match on its head, proves that piloting is one of the biggest parts of flying in here.
Yeah, this is really excellent stuff. So let's head back to the studio and talk more about it.